Welcome back. Let's see how we are going to continue back with where we left. Now we're able to upload the map. What remains for us to see, if we check with other work, previous work, we need to find the radiogenic heat generation, which is given by this Rabak 1976. We need to take each of those points along the profile, we multiply the concentration of uranium by this, thorium by this, then later we'll multiply it by the rock unit in which each of the points where can see where each of the point falls. We need to locate which of the rock unit is there so that we're able to know what is the average density of the rocks from the areas. So before we're able to calculate this, we need to know the blocks, which of the rock units are found within that area. Of course, inside the folder, I've given you a folder that is called geology. Now is there. I've given you the shapefile. The geology, you can see that even the fault are there. So this is not part, because to show how to produce this one, there will be a special course on how to create a geological map of any given study area using ArcGIS. I scratch it from scratch. All you need to do is first open your blocks, ArcMap block you have seen the other time. When you open it, because this was the result that I plot, this is geological map, the study area. The same thing what we have done. This is the P1 and P2. This is where I'm able to get the density of all the points of the rocks. You see, this is P1. It's on this yellow. Yellow is sheet. P2 is on this brown, and brown is magnetite. So magnetite, 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 magnetite. So you look for them. Then on the sheet, P1, P5, P13. And there on this blue is sheet. It's also a sheet. Then on this also 14 is there. 14, 10, 6, 5, 13, 1. They are all sheets. As you can see them. So this is how all this one comes about. You're able to know. So the moment you have, of course, we know how to create this one, which is exactly what we have here. Now, it's when you have a geological map, you can import them here and able to have something that looks exactly like this, which you produce the map, so that you know which rock unit in which the point falls. So since I've created it, this is where you have, and come to add data, then go to this project. I've included a folder, the geology is there, shapefile. You see the geological map is what you select, then add. When you add it, you double click on this, over this, then double click on this name. When you double click on the name to load, then you go to symbology first, then go to characterize, categories, insert name. Then you say add all values, then this you off this, so you remove this name, you delete it, press the backspace, then you click OK. Apply. If you like, you can change this color. If you double click on it, so you can change the color of what you want to give it to. All this one have names, is magnetite, this is sheet. All this one have the names. You can change the color. These are the color that you see here that I change. So this is how it is, and you click OK. And now it's not there. They have to go back to this, click again on this. Like I said, I'm going to create another course, how to create a geological map like this type, or like this type. So now go to labels, go to from features, go to from features, then name, then choose 8, then plus, then apply, then OK. You can see the names are there, but now we have to drag it below, click and drag it down. Now you can see them. So it's exactly what I have here. So you can see them. So this is what we have. This color, you can now see the QS sheet, and also this part also SUs also a sheet type of rocks. So those are the ones you produce. You can change the color to like this. We click here, you can change the color of each one of this. So if you click, you can change the fill color to any one you like to put. From there you can have your map. Once you have the shapefile map, you bring all the points. So those are the rock units as fall. So this what is the rock unit you see. Then if you open this one, of course you will see result. Under result you will see this one I created. This is one. Again, the previous work, you see it. So these are all the sheets that you can see. P1 is on sheet type of rocks. P1, you see it on this yellow, and this yellow is sheet. Then if you look at P11 is magnetite. P11 you see there. P11 is magnetite, and this is at the average density of magmasite. So those are the ones we need, and this is similarity. You see all work that's been done. If you scroll down, you see a table of where you have something like that. You see it. You are going to have the coordinates for the point, the potassium, thorium, equivalent, and uranium, and the rock unit and the average. Later we'll know how to get this one. So all you need to do now is to go back to our project file. We're going to copy something here. So go to the aeromagnetic. Let's copy something. Data. Geothermal. Let's go to that geothermal. Let's copy some of the headings there. That we don't waste our time section. Then we'll come to this point. Copy this one, Control C, Control N, then paste. Then go back to this, press Escape key on the keyboard, then close. Then here I'm going to have potassium in percentage, then equivalent thorium per million, equivalent uranium, Ctrl Z, part per million, rock unit. I have many as possible, but it's better to just use this one. Let's say average density here in gram per cm cube. So here we'll copy all this one, paste it. I will say all borders. Then all this one we're supposed to make it in 2 places of decimal. Select all, format it. Okay, it's 2 places of decimal. Take your unit. The average density is also 2 places of decimal. So we have checked everything is okay. Then now all you need to do is to go back to this, which I've shown you. All you need to do is to copy this one. Select Ctrl C. There you come here. There you paste it. Rock unit, there you paste. See, this is the one you paste. You can select them here. So now the density values are the ones are this, which you can Google. We have seen how all these density are all this rock unit we have. Show you how they are obtained, then paste. So radiogenic heat production HP. So this is, now we're going to have it. Then here we center it, then format it to 3 place of decimal. Select custom 3, then press 3. So this, you see, this is the table we have. Then Control S under data. But remember, we need to save it under. We have to go back a little bit under radiometrics. Create folder called data. We'll say RH radiometric RHP result. So this is how we have result. Then click on save. So these are the units. You can see section 1, which is a block. P1, P2, P3. P1 is on sheet. You can still double check it here. It's on the sheet, on this yellow, and this yellow sheet. So you can check. If you check like P3 is also on sheet. Type, just look at the color, you see them here. 3 is also on sheet. Okay. It's also on magnetite. I'm sorry. It's on the, you see it? It's on the brown, and that brown is magnetite, and that's why it's giving it. I'm sorry, magnetite. Is this? Oh, gee, sorry, I changed this one. But this is the magnetite. This brown one you see, that's the magnetite color you see here. These are the color you see, magnetite, the brown color. So the one that was giving it, this M. Okay, so that's how we have all those values. Okay. So checks for the spelling. Tight. So this is what we have. So we just check for the rock units. It is the M. So this is the magnetite. This is the M supposed to be. This is magnetite. This M is for magnetite. So there is an error here, but this M is for magnetite, and that's what we should know about this magnetite. I will try to update this one when I release the full course. So try to take note. This is magnetite. What we have, so this is magnetite, and the other type of rocks are there. This is sheet. It's all sheet. So this is how everything is here. Then click save. So we need to take this value, which is equals to, now we need to go back to this we have somewhere here. We need to enter this formula. Go to select this one. Then this formula we're going to write. Now it's going to equals to this density. You can see it rho. This value of density, then times open bracket. We have the first one is 0.0952 times the concentration of uranium F2 plus thorium, that is 0.0256 times, that'll give us for thorium then plus potassium is 0.0348 times potassium, which is this, then close bracket, then press enter. Click on this. F2 uses this. Uranium is 0.0952, then thorium is E2, which is 0.0256, potassium is 0.025, which is D2. Then this is what we have. Then now we can click and drag. This is what we have. So I will try to update our geological map to indicate those values that we have. So you see we have this. So you can see this is what we have. So complete area. Now it remains to see in the next video how we are going to get those values from the profiles that we have taken. We are able to get the densities at the average density of all the rocks. You can search and get for within the study area what is the average density of the rocks in that areas, if it's a sheet, magnetite, if it's the other ones, biotite and the rest, and see what you have. And that is how we able to look at them. If I need, I'll try to update this one, come back and see what we have. You see this is OGCH. See this OGCH, none of them fall within it. OGCH, and that's what we should know. OGCH, you can see none of them fall within this 8, and that is what we will take note of. Not falling here, so that much concern about this OGCH. So it's also changes will have been M magnetite, the other one. So I'll try to cross check and see where it is. So you see it's OGCH. This should have been the other way. Okay, well, I'll try to update it. So but the magnetite, which is M, has been taken care of. So I think this is, can stop for here.